There's collaborations with Nike with the national flower.
4 heartbeats, the clock struck midnight. 1 minute later, everything had vanished. Total silence remained here. Threads, jerseys, ornaments wearing that Sagitta petal evaporated across Nike's digital empire. While Alex Eala's legend caught fire, the WTA stayed silent. Nike roared louder. That frantic rush through those 60 seconds this April morning unmasked something deep within the game's elite who ignore everything. Eala's bond with Nike sparked a legacy beyond simple sales or numbers. The saga, our Philippines' sacred bloom, became her soul once she pinned it deep within her hair at Wimbledon. Now every fleeting release just burns away within heartbeats. That spring, when the petals finally opened, every single thread ignited a fire. Just moments before the gates opened, she shared the secret on Jessica's own digital stage. One simple whisper started a ticking clock for millions. As this young queen's legend raced across every border, the tour stayed silent. There was no fanfare, no gold stars, no public praise for a 20-year-old sitting at 45 who moved mountains faster than those at the very peak. The divide was suddenly impossible to overlook. Real people were speaking with their hearts and wallets while the official voices chose to say nothing. The internet whispered that the old guard was simply in shock. Whether the leaders felt paralyzed or just didn't care, the outcome was the same: silence against a crashing wave of human desire. A heavy question hung in the air. Does the establishment truly understand a power that doesn't care about points? Look at that talk. In the warmth of April, Alex sat across from Jessica Pegula, a veteran who built her own world from the ground up. In that space, Eala whispered that the sacred flower was coming back in just a few sunrises. She was glowing. She called it a piece of her soul, a tribute to every struggle that led her to the professional baseline. That moment became a fuse. From the streets of Manila to the glass towers of Dubai and the lights of Los Angeles, the world set their watches. Then came April 1st. The virtual doors swung wide. Within 60 seconds, the shelves were empty. The trackers went wild. Those left in the dark rushed to find any piece of the magic left behind. The stores confirmed the madness through frantic screens and glowing phones. It wasn't just a local spark. It was a global wildfire. This wasn't her first time breaking the internet. The earlier bloom had vanished in less than 2 minutes. The small ribbons for the hair, the ones born at Wimbledon, were gone before the page could even reload. Every single release tells the same story: a quiet word, a sudden rush, and then nothing but memory. The truth is now undeniable. Her little flower, the scent of the Philippines, has become a movement that outruns every marketing plan ever written. But here is the thing that truly makes you stop and breathe. 3 weeks before the storm, Alex felt the sting of the court in Miami. Muchova was a machine, leaving her with a hollow score. It was a hard day. Within hours, her name slipped 16 spots down the ladder. Her racket went cold, but her spirit caught fire. The clothes sold out anyway. The fans weren't waiting for a trophy or a top 30 rank. They didn't need a deep run in the sun to know she was their champion. They grabbed every stitch in a minute while her name sat low on the list. That gap explains everything about the world right now. Rankings are just math. Fans are about love. Nike knows this. Back in February, Alex walked through the halls of the Oregon Giants. They had her face on the walls, a gallery of her greatest battles. They carved the shape of the Sampaguita into the very fabric of their future. They aren't betting on a ranking, they are betting on an icon. The people running the tournaments see it too. In Miami, despite the loss, the stands were a sea of blue, red, and yellow flags. The crowds were bigger than anyone dreamed. Her digital shadow is longer than players sitting much higher in the standings. The proof is in the money, the eyes, and the hearts. Alex creates a hunger that a scoreboard cannot explain. Jessica Pegula turned her microphone into the most honest place in the game. She speaks to the giants, the dreamers, and the ones who actually change the weather. When she gave Alex the floor to announce the new drop, it meant something. Pegula didn't need to give a quote later. The invite was the message. By letting her lead the way, she showed the kind of respect you only give a peer. The heavy hitters don't share their light with someone who doesn't shine on their own. Nike's moves are even louder than the silence from the tour. That trip to the woods of Oregon. The custom designs that breathe her history. The way they keep betting on her heritage over her current score. Big brands don't build empires around middle-tier players unless they see a light that the computers missed. The truth is quiet but heavy. Alex is a superstar before the math says so. Nike's choice to build a whole world around that one flower proves a shift is coming. Tennis is waking up to an era where who you are matters as much as how you hit. Players from the rising East bring a tide that the old world cannot contain. This success isn't a fluke. It is the first chapter. She is heading to the red clay of Austria soon. Then Paris, then the grass of London. Every city will feel the same energy. Her rank might move up or down, but the fire won't fade. The people will show up. The gear will vanish. The brands will keep calling. The directors of the biggest stages are watching her closely. Not because she is a lock for the trophy, but because she fills the seats and drives the conversation in a way that goes far beyond the lines of the court. The tour can either embrace this new world or keep acting like the old numbers are the only thing that matters. The world has already moved on. That Miami loss was a bruise. 6 games, 2 sets, and a dream of a career high gone in an afternoon. 16 spots vanished into thin air. But Alex didn't hide. She was on the podcast days later, eyes bright and heart full. She talked about the launch with a smile that didn't know how to quit. She chose the cultural win over the on-court shadow. No excuses, no long letters. She just kept walking toward the part of her life that belongs to her alone. Her pride in her home, and that little flower that smells like victory. That sellout was the ultimate proof that winning isn't always about the final point. Sometimes it is about showing up for your people and letting them carry you. 60 seconds, one little bloom, a ranking of 45, and a world that calls her a queen. She told the story on the biggest stage. Fans from Manila to the desert to the coast crash the system in a heartbeat. Nike keeps building the throne while the leaders stay quiet. Alex isn't waiting for a crown from the office. She is being crowned by the hands of the fans, the trust of the giants, and a nation that sees its own soul in every petal she wears. Can a cultural wave and the power of the people force the game to see what everyone else already knows? Or will the leaders keep counting points while the Real beauty grows in the wild? If you want to see how this story ends, from the clay to the grass, and every drop that disappears in an instant, stay with us. You are watching a new kind of star being born in real time, and the old world is still trying to find the words. Tell us what you think. Will the establishment ever catch the rhythm of the heart?